Hello everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. Are you tired of the usual American-inspired hamburger? Why not try the Japanese version? The so-called Masajiro Burger has several special elements, from the buns to the sauce and, of course, the patty. After a decade of operations in Japan, the brand has finally landed in the Philippines. Let's find out more about the burger. We'll be speaking with Claudine Joson-Coronado. She's the president of JGYU Corporation. She's also the director of operations of Masajiro Burger PH. Welcome to Trade Talks, Claudine. Did I pronounce the company correctly?
Yes, JGYU, Tito Ferdi.
JGYU.
Yes.
So this is so cool because, I've seen you from when you were young and now to a bona fide business tycoon. I love it. So there's a lot of things coming out of Japan. I mean, you're talking about curries. You're talking about even the best pizzas. You're talking about the best egg sandwiches even.
Correct.
That's sold in some convenience stores. Now burgers.
Yes.
What's up with the Japanese conquering different culinary traditions from other countries?
I think what caught our eye with Masajiro Burger in Japan was actually the buns. So usually when you look at the burger, the star is the patty.
The patty, correct.
Yes, but in Japan, when my dad dined in Masajiro, Japan, the first bite was the bun. So it was excellent. And then as mentioned, we also run the sister company, which is JGYU, which is the top importer and distributor of Japanese Wagyu beef. So he just had this light bulb moment that these buns, these golden buns, would be perfect with the Japanese Wagyu patty.
Actually, you know what? It's logical because when you bite into a burger,
The first thing,
yeah. But then sometimes the bun is always the one that you finish first,
Yes.
and then it's never the same. Like,
Yes,
it's
exactly.
It's not in harmony when you
Yes.
eat it, right? So the star was the bun.
Yes.
What's so special about this?
Well, number one, Tito Ferdi, this is the most common question that I got when we launched it with the media and then the grand launch as well. And it's quite hard to describe it because it's not like any other bread you've tasted. It's not like brioche that's too soft. It's not like the bagels that's a little bit hard. This is like when you bite into it, it's quite firm, almost crunchy on the outside, but when you bite into it, it's fluffy, it's soft, it's chewy, and just a little bit buttery. So in terms of the ingredients, of course, there's a secret recipe. We had to send...
What's the secret?
I don't know. Even I don't know, Tito Ferdi. I wasn't the baker. I just run the operations.
All right.
But we had to send our company chef plus 2 other chefs
Yes,
to Japan
to train.
earlier this year for about 2 weeks just to repeatedly train on how to make these perfect buns. Not only that, but also the sauces.
Right.
So
You opened last October, Tan.
Yes,
in Makati, and of course, like any Filipino hype, I'm sure you were sold out the first day.
We actually prepared 300 burgers, patties, and buns.
Yes.
But it was sold out we opened at 10, we were sold out around 2:30.
So did you have to make more?
Yeah. Luckily, the commissary, which is JGYU Corporation, was prepared. So I just had some delivered. We had to smuggle it inside Glorieta. Because there's
In bags.
Yes, because there's delivery times, right?
Right. Oh
so
my
only
gosh.
before operations and after operation. So I
Now
had the
they
staff.
know. Now they know.
It's a secret, but sharing with
Yes.
you. But
is this your first time in the F&B world, aside from supplying?
yes, it is, Tito Ferdi. So we opened Long Table Group Inc. Hopefully, this is the first of many restaurants because we just keep on wanting to elevate, just to elevate everything that we're doing. We try to take it a notch higher.
Yes.
So,
But, having to franchise an international brand, especially in established one. It's quite difficult to do it in the Philippines because, of course, they always look for the bottom line.
Exactly.
How much can you sell? How are you going to protect the brand? Were these questions that the principals have asked you?
Definitely, and they actually need access to the daily sales of the restaurant. We have to be, it has to be an open book. Because just like any other franchise, we have fees that we have to pay to
Of
them.
course.
So everything was studied. We worked closely with the Japan office on how we can, make this a success.
And of course, they've got rules and and wants for you to open just the first franchise.
Right.
So how many do you foresee opening in the Philippines?
We are required to open 3 within 2 years. So if we are
That's
able
not
to...
so tough
to
think about it. So they want a slow burn growth.
Yes. And actually, Tito Ferdi, what caught our eye with this brand is they're just start. It's a small company.
How long have they been
So a
established?
decade, how you mentioned
10
it.
years,
About 10
okay.
years. But they started as a bakery.
Okay.
They were originally a small bakery in this small town and then expanded into a burger joint.
There really is something about Japanese bread, huh?
I know.
There's a magic to it. Of course, you've got the French version.
Right.
You've got the Pinoy version, which is a
Right.
little sweet. But I think the Filipino palate likes the Japanese version because it's closest to us.
It's closest to us, exactly.
What do you think is the magic or the secret behind Japanese bread?
Japanese bread, I think it's the precision.
Okay.
With baking, it has to be precise.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right? No add-ons, no nothing, it's the precision. And the Japanese are well known for their precision. So
Okay.
I think it's a match.
You were mentioning earlier about when they started 10 years ago in Fukuoka, and they were a bakery. How did they transition from a bakery to now what we know as a Masajiro Burger?
I think the people from the village, they were the ones who suggested for them to open a restaurant, to make it a burger place. It started from this small town, so it was all their idea.
So it was the customers
Yes, the customers,
who
correct.
demanded it.
Yes,
Really?
yes.
Oh my. So
They weren't happy with it just being a bakery. They wanted it,
And how long did it take them to formulate the burger, the patty, and this whole symphony of a
I
sandwich?
think about 2 years, Tito Ferdi.
That's
But
it? 2
yes,
years
I
to
think 2 years.
Because
it was so small. They started with 1 branch.
Okay.
Yes.
And
so
now
it
how
was
many do they
easier.
have?
I think they have 4.
4?
Yes.
And, okay, so
All in Fukuoka.
all in Fukuoka.
Right.
So you would be, I would suspect, the first
Yes.
international franchise that they have.
We are. Yes.
Oh, you're actually the 5th
The
outlet outside Fukuoka.
Yes.
But there's so much hype.
I know.
So how is that in the marketing sphere? Why don't they want to open in Tokyo? Why do they want to open in other Japanese cities?
The initial offer was for us to franchise it within Japan. As mentioned, you said Tokyo, Osaka,
Yes.
Nagoya. But, the business side of it, we were thinking it's going to be more complicated, opening a business in Japan, in another country. So we were the one who suggested to the owner, Kenji-san, maybe it's better if we open it in our home country. And then I think within 30 minutes, they came into agreement, my dad and Kenji-san, and they decided to bring it here.
Okay, so your dad
Okay.
had a taste of this burger. Were you with him? No.
No, we were shopping
You were
in
shocked.
Canal City.
So he called.
Yes.
Come here right now.
Come here, you have to try. The bread is amazing.
Okay, so you guys went.
So we went, we tried it, the bread was amazing, but there was something missing. And then it was some sort of a light bulb moment for my dad. He remembered we have Japanese Wagyu back at home. This would be so perfect with the buns. So we had to reformulate the patty. The patty here in the Philippines is different from the one in Japan.
So you also formulated the patty, so
patty.
there's no pork or
No pork. Because in Japan, you're right, they make use of pork and beef.
Correct.
So we weren't so happy about that. Sorry.
So wait a minute. You're blowing my mind right now. So you found a boutique burger
Right.
joint, decided to try it, it wasn't super into the Pinoy palate.
Yes.
since you guys have a supply of your own Japanese Wagyu, reformulated
Yes.
this. In how long did it take you to talk to the principal?
30 minutes.
He was there.
Yes.
Kenji-san was there.
Yes.
And you said, okay, we want to open this.
Yes.
And what did he say?
The buns are amazing. The sauces are amazing. We're going to take care of everything for you. Because they weren't ready to franchise, Tito Ferdi.
Oh.
So that was one of the
You
hurdles.
forced them to franchise.
I wouldn't use the term force, but I think kinda. So we had to help them with, luckily my dad is a lawyer.
Yes.
So we had to help them with the franchise agreement. Even the brand book was not complete. Even the recipe cards were not
So more than a
prepared.
franchisee, you are a partner.
Yes, it's a partnership, yes, definitely.
This is amazing. Now, you know, we can claim here on Trade Talks that there's a Pinoy,
Yes.
well, masking as a franchisee, but a partner of a burning chain right
Yes,
now in
yes,
Japan.
in Japan. Yes,
That is
Tito
so
Ferdi.
interesting. Okay, so the patties, as you said, are different here than
Right.
in Japan.
Correct.
Here it's 100% Wagyu beef.
Japanese Wagyu beef, yes, Tito Ferdi.
Oh my gosh.
And then we also have the rice meals. They don't have it in Japan. Of
Really?
course, we had to tell them.
Wait. Hold on to that, Claudine, because I want to talk about that. Trade Talks will be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Trade Talks. We continue our lively conversation with Claudine Joson-Coronado, Director of Operations of Masajiro Burger, Philippines. So before we took the break, you were saying?
That we had to make special rice meals. It's exclusively for the Philippine menu.
But, you know, this is, of course, we have to have rice meals.
Yes, yes.
Just like other larger global chains,
Right.
they've obviously acclimatized to the culture
Correct.
and localized.
Yes.
So did the principal go nuts and say, hey, wait a minute, why are you putting rice with a burger patty? This is not the way it's done.
Actually, no. I think that's one thing that's good about starting with a small franchise. Because we're newbies in terms of Masajiro Japan and our company.
Right.
Like compared to the other Japanese chains, which has 200 chains already, they were very flexible. They were listening to our suggestions. So when we told them that we have to have rice in the Philippines, they were like, okay, formulate something. I'll fly there in 2 weeks and then we'll taste test it. Then if it's okay, we're good to go.
What about a basic condiment called ketchup? Because, you know, not a lot of countries know
Right.
what ketchup or use ketchup. I just found out that in China, ketchup is not popular.
Really?
It's a thing. Like
Okay.
I don't know. I think I've fallen into a rabbit hole looking at tomatoes and
Yeah.
how it's grown and
Right.
processed. But they don't do ketchup is not part of their culinary repertoire. And I thought about it. I was like, it is logical. What about in Japan? Do they use
Our
that condiment?
burgers don't have ketchup.
You see, okay.
Yes.
So, but Filipinos,
Yes.
ketchup is basically it's on the table.
Exactly. So that was one thing that we were ready to watch out for. But when I observed the service since opening until Monday, yesterday,
You mean
none
last week?
last week. Don't know what day it is anymore. Not much people were asking for ketchup.
Really?
If they were asking for the pack of ketchup, as I was observing, they were using it for the fries. Nobody was putting it on the burger.
Okay, so that's very interesting. Let's talk about now supply.
Okay.
Okay, because obviously it's a new thing, as you said, and it's quite exciting because you can create now your own supply chain.
Yes.
How are you coping with this, especially for the fries? Tomatoes are not cheap right
Yes,
now.
yes.
It's especially the type of tomatoes you use, the
Right.
larger ones.
The larger ones and with the skin on.
Yes, it's quite expensive
Yes,
because
yes.
unfortunately we don't have enough growers for
Exactly.
that. How are you navigating the supply chain for this?
I think in terms of supply chain, it was pretty easy for us since we have JGYU Corporation, which is the technical support and the commissary. So everything is internal. So I can control all the price points in terms of coming from the commissary and selling it to the sister company, which is Masajiro. So everything is controllable. If this is the price point that we want for Masajiro, very easy, I can just dictate to JGYU that this is the price point, go find me something. Unlike if we ask from a regular distributor or supplier, it's quite hard to bargain. But since it's internal also, the commissary, where all the food are coming from, it's easier for us to control everything.
Right. Are you prepared now for doomsday scenarios? Like, was it last year or the year before that? I forget right now, that we had a deficit of onions, white onions, so which is part of obviously your recipe. Are you ready to shift to alternative ingredients, or you gonna stick with that, or what's the plan, Claudine?
I think for now, we will try to stick with the agreed menu with the Japanese principles. But if, anything comes up, I think we are very lucky that our Japanese partners are, again, very flexible. So I guess if something happens that we run out of onions, maybe we can come up with a new menu item that does not involve onions.
Right. So what makes Masajiro stand out among your competitors here?
It's interesting that you mentioned that we are so used to having American burgers. Now I think what's in are the smash burgers.
Yes.
So these are all so greasy, which I like personally.
Yes.
It's greasy, it's saucy, it's juicy. But when you taste Masajiro burgers, it's very clean. It's direct to the point. It's just the bun, the patty, the vegetable, the cheese, and the sauces. Nothing more to it. It's direct to the point, but it's whole real food.
So you don't feel guilt?
No.
Because sometimes I gotta be honest. I'm trying to keep my waistline at bay, but talking about burgers now, maybe you guys should come up with a vegetarian plant-based burger.
That's a good idea.
But anyway, when I eat, in other establishments, you feel dirty.
Yes.
I'm not mentioning any establishments, obviously, but you're like, oh gosh, the guilt.
What did I just
What
eat,
did
right?
I do to myself?
Exactly. So it's very different from our burgers. I think sticking to the Japanese craftsmanship, everything is quality, everything is fresh, everything is handmade, Tito Ferdi. So the feeling of guilt, you get to satisfy your craving for like a fast food, a burger craving, but not much guilt, like how you mentioned.
So now you have basically, you probably haven't established the number of units to sell in a day, right? Because first day 300 out the window. You probably didn't give any freebies away because there's nothing to give, right? So how many burgers do you plan to create in a day now?
I
500?
think the average should be 200 every 6 hours. So I have to schedule 2 deliveries because the storage in the restaurant itself cannot accommodate 600.
Let's talk about that because your
burgers.
design is quite minimalist. It's very Japanese.
Yes.
How are you going to circumvent that with that kind of logistical concern?
The interiors of the store is very similar, if not the same, as the ones in Japan. That was one thing the principals were very strict about, like the look, the feel. But in terms of the space that was provided for us by the mall, it's quite limited. So I think we just have to adjust on how, in terms of delivery and making it all fit in the store.
Now it's all exciting, and I'm sure it's going to be an amazing venture. What is in the drawing board for Masajiro? Have you already pinpointed where to expand?
Not yet, but we have gotten quite a few offers from other malls as well, not just with Ayala. But so we're very open, and as mentioned to you earlier, our Japanese principal visited Cebu last week. So I think he fell in love with Cebu and mentioned that.
What are your price points, Green? I forgot to ask you.
The cheapest burger that we have is 380 pesos. That's just for a single burger. But that's one thing that I was scared of also, the acceptance of the price point. But what I noticed during the few days that we've been open is when they see the burger is About
That's the
this
basic.
big. Yes, this is the basic.
That's not a 300 peso burger. That's like a 600 peso burger.
And it's Japanese Wagyu
And
also,
it's
all
Wagyu.
fresh ingredients. So I think it justifies the price points. And you have to remember that we are in Glorieta, which is in CBD. So our target market, it's the working class. And on the weekends, the families. Oh my God, Tita Ferdi, the crowd during Saturday and Sunday was crazier than the grand opening.
I'm not gonna attempt to fall in
No,
line
no,
because I
no,
have
no.
your number directly.
Yes, I can just send you some burgers.
So thank you so much for chatting with us
thank
about this
you.
exciting new concept
Yes.
that you brought to the Philippines. I have a few more questions.
Yes.
Claudine, what is your worst investment?
My worst investment, personally,
Yeah.
I think, oh my gosh, Tita Ferdi, this is such a hard question. I don't want to incriminate other people.
It's okay. Your parents will already forgive you.
My worst investment, I think, expensive shoes.
Okay. Your best investment.
My best investment, my husband.
Wow. You paid your husband.
I had to pay him to marry me. Just kidding.
That's okay. You're a modern woman. You can do it.
Yes.
Right? What about your favorite mistake? What is it?
My favorite mistake?
It's
May-
okay to say your husband as well.
It's the same. No, maybe saying yes to my dad all the time.
Okay. At least it's a learn.
Yes, because my dad, I think he's the visionary type. So I'm just here to execute. When he has an idea, I have to execute and make it happen. So I think sometimes I have to say, one at a time, sir. One at a time.
Well, that's good training for you. Thank you so much, Claudine.
Thank
again.
you, Christopher. Thank you for having
And
me.
we can't wait to see what else you're going to come up with.
Thank
All
you.
right. And that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Cignal Channel 24. Thank you for watching the Bilyonaryo News channel. Always on top.